As I sat on my couch, watching a scary movie, there was a sudden knock on my door. I paused the movie and cautiously made my way to the door. Through the peephole, I could see the figure wearing a clown suit and mask. My heart raced with fear, but I tried to rationalize it by telling myself that it was probably a Halloween prank. I opened the door and the clown stepped inside, his rubber shoes squeaking against the hardwood floor. "Can I help you?" I asked, trying to keep the fear out of my voice. The clown didn't respond. He just stood there, staring at me with his unblinking eyes. I couldn't see his face under the mask, but I could feel his cold gaze piercing through me. "Is this some kind of a joke?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. The clown suddenly lunged towards me, his hand gripping my throat with a surprising strength. I struggled against his hold, but he seemed to be fueled by some unknown force. As I gasped for air, his laugh filled the room, a deep and terrifying sound that seemed to come from all the bowels of hell. Just when I thought I was going to pass out, the clown released me and disappeared into the darkness. I stumbled backwards, gasping for breath and trying to process what had just happened. Was this some kind of nightmare? But as I looked around, I saw the muddy footprints that the clown had left behind on my floor. It was not a dream. This was real, and I was in grave danger. I quickly locked all my doors and windows and called the police. I explained the situation to them, but they didn't seem to take it seriously. They brushed it off as a Halloween prank and assured me that they would send a patrol car to check the area. But as the night went on, I couldn't shake off the feeling that I was being watched. Every little noise made me jump. Every shadow seemed to hide the clown's sinister presence. I tried to convince myself that it was all in my head, that I was just being paranoid. But then, I heard a sound coming from my backyard. I grabbed a flashlight and slowly made my way to the back door. The rain had stopped, but the sky was still dark and cloudy. As I shone the flashlight around, my heart skipped a beat when I saw the clown standing in the middle of the yard. He was holding a bloody knife in one hand and a bouquet of balloons in the other. He slowly turned towards me, his painted smile sending shivers down my spine. "Do you want to play?" he asked, his voice dripping with malice. I screamed and ran back inside, bolting the door shut behind me. I could feel the clown's cold laughter following me, mocking me. He seemed to be toying with me, enjoying my fear. I sat on the floor of my living room, my back pressed against the door, trying to calm myself down. But just as I was starting to relax, there was a sudden crash from upstairs. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. With trembling hands, I slowly made my way up to the stairs, my footsteps echoing through the empty hallway. I checked each room, but they were all empty. But then, I heard a soft tapping sound coming from my bedroom. I took a deep breath and pushed open the door. And there, sitting on my bed, was the clown. He was playing with a blood-stained balloon, his twisted smile sending me into a panic. He stood up and started advancing towards me, his balloon trailing behind him like a sinister shadow. I backed away until I hit a wall, my breath coming to a short gasp. The clown was standing in front of me, his breath hot against my face. "I've come to play, just like you wanted," he said, his voice filled with malice. I closed my eyes, trying to come up with a plan to escape, but when I opened them, the clown was gone. I searched the room frantically, but there was no sign of him. And then I noticed a note lying on my bed. It read, "I will be waiting for you at midnight. Don't make me come looking for you." My heart sank as I remembered that it was already 11:30 p.m. I had to get out there before it was too late. I grabbed my phone and called the police, begging them to send someone to my house immediately. But they still weren't taking me seriously. They told me it was probably just a prank and I should stay calm. But there was no way I could stay calm. As I waited for police to arrive, I could feel the seconds ticking by, each one bringing me closer to midnight and the clown's promise to make me suffer. Finally, I heard sirens in the distance and a sense of relief washing over me. But as I opened the front door to let the police in, I was struck with horror. The clown was standing on my porch, his eyes burning with the otherworldly fire. "Midnight has come," he said, his voice low and menacing. I screamed for help as the clown lunged towards me, but it was too fast. He grabbed me and dragged me outside, his grip like steel. I could hear the police shouting behind me, but they seemed frozen in fear. The clown dragged me to the edge of my yard, where the circle of candles had been lit. In the center of the circle was a pentagram made of blood. I was too terrified to move as the clown raised his knife, ready to strike. But then, with a deafening roar, the police car pulled up and the officers finally sprung into action. They shot the clown, who let out a blood-curdling scream before disappearing with a puff of smoke. The candles went out and the sky turned back into its usual color. As I was taken away in an ambulance, I couldn't believe what had just happened. Was I hallucinating? Was this all just a nightmare? But the police found evidence that proved someone had been in my house and had been planning this for days. The memories of that night will haunt me forever.